John Stellitano has been many things in his life: a husband, a father, a family man, a teacher, a coach, a veteran. And this weekend, the town of Westerly celebrated him being 100 years old.
I'm reminded just of a saying by a former First Lady who said that the most precious experience in life is friendship. And believe me, I believe her, because as I look around this hall today, it just personifies what she was trying to say about friendship.
Richard Siciliano, vice president of the Westerly Armory, who didn't even go to Westerly High School, still heard of the legacy of Coach Stellitano.
Well, all right, my name is Richard Siciliano. I'm vice president of the Westerly Armory. And what we're doing this afternoon is we're celebrating 100th anniversary for Coach John Stellitano. He was a war veteran. He flew 38 missions. He was a school teacher. He taught in the school system, and he's had tremendous success in the basketball program and football programs. As a matter of fact, there's been a time I've been told, I can't 100% verify this, that in the late 50s or early 60s of last century, we had Westerly High School had put more state championships and more people on an all-state squad than any other high school in the country. I don't know if that's really true, but that's been around, and I don't doubt it, because they really won constantly.
Roberta Mudge Humble, founding president of the Armory, reminisces about how Stellitano was her math teacher.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a pleasure to have the Stellitano 100th birthday party here. Dr. Stellitano was my geometry teacher when I was at Westerly High School. George Greer is here, who's well known in the country for his baseball talents, and he graduated with me from Westerly High School, so we both had Dr. Stellitano for geometry. We were talking about hypotenuses or hypotenuse.
And we even talked to George Greer, who played for Coach Stellitano for 3 years.
I did. I was very fortunate that Ronnie Stenhouse and I were probably the only sophomores to ever start as sophomores and play for 3 years for Coach Stellitano. It was a thrill. I relished the experience. It was just a wonderful time in my life.
We are reminded that family doesn't always have to be blood.
This is like a family reunion today anyhow, because not only does the Stellitano family have many members, but actually the whole town of Westerly is related in different ways, not necessarily by blood.
Betty Jo Cugini and her mother, Betty Cugini, were among those attending.
John Stellitano is an icon in the town of Westerly. He has done so much for so many people, and people have no idea the legacy that he leaves to this town. And to be able to celebrate his 100th birthday here in Westerly with all of these people is just a gift to us more than, I think, a gift to him.
Well, he and I worked together at the Teachers Association before the days of a union. It took a union to replace John and I.
Hopefully, Miss Cugini knows that both her and John are 100% irreplaceable. Ken Collins, host of Sports Open Mic on WBLQ and the annual Turkey Day Flashback Show, of which John Stellitano has not missed a single episode of.
Well, it's great. He's a great guy, first of all. And we, the Turkey Day Flashback program that we have, I don't even know how many years now, but John's been there to every one of them. Matter of fact, we had to give him a plaque last year for perfect attendance. And he's the type of guy that anytime you call him for anything, he would be there to do it. And it was the funny about the Turkey Day Flashback, if I didn't call him, I'd be in trouble. Because one year I forgot to call him, and I got down to Hilltop where we had it, and I said, uh-oh, John's not here. I forgot to call him. So I had to get on the phone, call him, and go pick him up. But he was there. Great guy.
Sal Algieri says that it was John Stellitano that changed his life forever back in high school.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very, very excited over the fact that I was one of the kids that ran into John Stellitano and unanticipating that in a casual walk down the corridor, the man turned to me and he was walking to class and I was walking beside him. I really didn't even know who he was. And he said to me, how about coming out for football? And I said, I played baseball, but maybe. Well, I went out for football, and bingo, my whole life changed because of John Stellitano.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, a true story. And we weren't much of a football team, but it motivated me to go to college with the right attitude, because I also learned that from John Stellitano.
Very nice.
So I'll tell you, I consider myself a pretty lucky guy. So John Stellitano.
Ken Burton, better known as the flagman of Westerly, salutes Mr. John Stellitano on his 100th birthday.
Mr. Stellitano, was a coach at Westerly. He's very famous for that and all the things he's done in Westerly. So it's a great celebration of people. We have over 100 people here, I believe, and fantastic.
Sal Morano, host of Sal, Fed, Andrew, and the Doc Sports Report, often has had Coach Stellitano on their WBLQ radio show.
He was an active member of our radio show over the course of years. But here's as far as my connection with Coach Stellitano was, I played for him in my sophomore year in high school, played basketball for him, and his son, Steve, and I played football together for Coach Orgeri, that's sitting right next to you over there. In fact, when I broke the records for place kicking extra points at Westerly, Coach Stellitano's son, Steve, was the holder. He was the guy that kneels down on one knee and catches the ball from the center, and I had to boot it through. So when I broke those records, Steve was my guy. But it's a very close-knit town, so everyone knows everyone, and we've always been close for the families. Always were close. And hey, when I was in school, Coach Stellitano was teaching there, and he was highly thought of.
Sal also tells a fantastic story he knows of the birth of Mr. Stellitano's daughter.
And besides just being a great athlete and being a great coach, he was also a very, very brave man. A lot of people don't realize that he flew a bomber. He was a bomber pilot, flew a bomber in World War II. And one of his the oldest daughter that he had to actually crash land that bomber in friendly territory. He finally made it over friendly lines, and when he hit the ground, that's when he found out that his daughter had just been born.
Ed Marone, president of the Westerly Town Council, describes Mr. Stellitano as a mentor.
A beautiful turnout for a beautiful man. I've known Coach Stellitano forever. He's a Westerly treasure, 100 years of life and 100 years of mentoring all of us.
The room was packed. All people, family, friends, and everything in between, celebrating John Stellitano on his 100th birthday. It was an honor to be there. It was an honor to shake his hand, and it's been an honor to know him for as long as I have. I do believe that the full quote that John Stellitano referenced was a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. In its entirety, the quote is, "There is no more precious experience in life than friendship, and I am not forgetting love and marriage as I write this. The lovers, or the man and wife, who are not friends, are but weakly joined together. One enlarges his circle of friends through contact with many people. One who limits those contacts narrows the circle and frequently his own point of view as well." This is DJ Gadget, WBLQ News.